Welcome to the Ironhorse Tracker, tracking the latest stories from Multinational Division Baghdad and the 4th Infantry Division. I'm Sergeant Kyle Flieger. Embedded reporters are a new reality of the war in Iraq. Since the invasion, many media outlets have sent reporters downrange to tell the war's story. One of those reporters is Mike Betcher, who can constantly be seen telling a soldier's story around Baghdad. He's a reporter for an organization called No Ignoring.
For almost 30 years, going back to 1980, I have covered the nation's wars and wars the nation has not been involved in. That was my job for either CNN or NBC News. I was a war correspondent.
The project came about when Mike realized there was a gap not being filled by other reporters.
No Ignoring is a project designed to fill an information void in the United States. You go back home and people say, what's really going on? We don't hear anything. Well, I think that's dangerous to a democracy. I mean, people need to know what's going on, and I made that argument to NBC News when I was there. Let's do this project. We're the only entity embedded full-time with U.S. soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen in Afghanistan and Iraq. It was developed because the big media players, the NBCs of the world, the CNNs, Foxes, the newspapers, no one was embedding full-time with U.S. soldiers and Marines in the field. And I just think that's not right. We have around 200,000 soldiers between Iraq and Afghanistan and the Horn of Africa and the Persian Gulf, and no one is telling their stories. We're either a nation at war or we're not at war. And we are told we're a nation at war, then our warriors should be covered full-time. It's unprecedented in the history of journalism not to have full-time coverage of our warriors who are out there when we're in a state of war. And so there is no ignoring that fact, and that's where the name No Ignoring comes from.
You can find more information about Mike Betcher and his stories at www.noignoring.com. Tune in next week for more on Mike and how No Ignoring is helping to tell the soldier's story. That concludes today's Ironhorse Tracker. To learn more about the soldiers and units supporting Multinational Division Baghdad and the 4th Infantry Division, check out our website at www.hood.army.mil/4ID. From Baghdad, I'm Sergeant Kyle Flieger.